JafriQ Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio, the new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
JafriQ Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
JafriQ Radio. JafriQ Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio, the new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
JafriQ Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
JafriQ Radio. JafriQ Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio, the new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
JafriQ Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
Hello, viewers. This is Home Sweet Home. Thank you for watching us all the time, and we apologize for the delay of this program. It's due to some inconveniences that was beyond our control. We are so sorry about that. Home Sweet Home. Ifye enye de. Ifye enye de. Anything ne yasan aba biom. Mason for yaba. Yede nsem eba na ya bebie biem. na yahwehwem ekwan a ebefa so ayefie no ebekọ so a ayede na ne topic pa yeba abeka ho asem aware enisika aware enisika sika yede aware so yede ti ebeka no mienu abo na yahwehwem na afi ye hu bebi a wose ye mfo bia enhye bebi a wose ohye. Today's topic is marriage and money. Money. We know money is sweet and everyone needs money. And marriage is also sweet. So we are coming to just look at the marriage and money, how it's going to help us in our relationship, in our marriage. So I have my able panelist with me. It's in the person of Dr. Kweku Edu. Doctor, you're welcome.
Thank you, madam.
And Mama Naomi Asari Zoto.
Thank you very much.
Mama, you're welcome. All right, let me quickly acknowledge our sponsors for this program. We have Bayside Modeling Agency. Bayside Modeling Agency deal with modeling. And if you are a model and you need an agency to belong to, just contact Bayside Modeling at info@bay-side.base. That is bayside.base. Or you can call at +813 5413
This is JafriQ
3252. You can call Bayside. And then the Church of Pentecost Japan.
This is JafriQ Radio.
Church of Pentecost Japan have 6 branches. We have Kawaguchi Central, Odaki Osagamihara, Nagoya, Osaka, Yokosuka PIWC, and then Tokyo Shinjuku PIWC. So if you need a place of worship, you can come to the Church of Pentecost Japan. We have Zion Company Limited. Zion Company Limited deals with narrations, MCs, and translations. So if you can translate, let's say from Japanese to English or English to Japanese or any other language, you can call Zion Company Limited, or you can come and register at Zion Company Limited, or you can email Zion Company Limited at info@zionvoice.biz, or you can call +813 5413 3253. We have AfroKids Japan. AfroKids Japan. AfroKids Japan deals with mixed blacks. And if you are a mixed black and you need to learn more about your culture or modeling, you can still contact AfroKids Japan.
This is JafriQ Radio.
On Facebook. We have Simon Noble Solicitors. They deal with legal matters. So if you have any legal issue, you can contact Simon Noble's Solicitors at www.simonnoblessolicitors.com. Sorry. And then we have Turmeric Hotel. Is at East Legon, Accra. You can contact Turmeric Hotel at www.turmerichotel.com. We have Willinox Jeans, and then 1225 Jeans. Fenon Enterprise, they deal with import and export. So, if you want to import goods or export your goods, you can contact Fenan Enterprise.
This is JafriQ Radio.
Today's topic once again is marriage and money, cash. Hausa will say kudi. And how about ewe? Money. Ega.
L'argent.
And then
l'argent.
Japanese will say okane.
L'argent.
L'argent.
Dinero.
Dinero.
Which people say l'argent?
French.
Oh.
And dinero?
Dinero.
Spanish.
Oh, I see. So you see, yeah, money is something that has a lot of names. So yeah. So we talk about marriage and then the money aspect. Last week when we were discussing some issues, Mommy made us aware that some part of our let's say, I will not mention name, but men are supposed to keep their money, and then women are supposed to spend theirs.
Not supposed.
It's not supposed.
They tend to. Yes.
All right.
It's not that they are supposed to.
Okay.
They are supposed to share, bring together and share. But
this time,
some parts try to keep theirs
and
ask
others
for yours, add it to it.
Okay.
Yes, and what the money is being used for, you don't have any say.
Right. So today we are going to discuss a little about this, and then also look into so many things concerning money and then marriage. Doc, money.
This is JafriQ Radio.
How does this affect our relationship or in our marriages?
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Listeners and viewers, we are also very grateful to have you listening and watching us wherever you may be. You said how that money
affects our relationship, our love in our marriages.
Okay, before I come to that, as I always do, permit me to give out some few figures here.
That's right.
Go
ahead, Doc.
Because I love doing this because policies, you can only take policies when you have access to data yes. Evidence. Yeah. Because they speak for themselves. Okay. Let me continue from where I left the other time on a research that was conducted in the US by two different bodies.
Okay.
Most people think that, or especially men of today think that marriage is a consumption item. Wow. Most men think that I'm going to get married. The lady coming in or the woman coming in is only going to consume what I have. There are also ladies who also think that way. There are because I've met quite a couple of ladies who think, I'm not going to get married. Any man who comes my way thinks I have money, so they're going to consume it. Let me tell you one thing, that was and the research that was done in America. It says, getting a wife may increase, because this was done in America, may increase an American's male salary by about as much as a college education. Married men make, by some estimate, as much as 40% more money than single guys, even after controlling for education and job. This is what it means. If we put education aside, if we don't consider education, if we don't consider the job the person is doing, married men may make more than 40% of what their single guys will make. So it tells you why getting into marriage or go into marriage is so important. So those of you who have the mindset that going to marriage means that I'm going to lose all my savings, I'm going to lose most of what I have already saved, you will rather gain more than you are already gaining. Now, it continues to say that the longer a man stays married, the higher the marriage premium he receives. So if you stay long in your marriage life, the more premium, the more money you have. And that is true. I don't think, without any scientific basis, this is factual. This is true. The more you stay, the more you are able to accumulate wealth. That is one aspect. Now, it says wives earning also benefit from marriage. I mean, the wives, you also benefit from marriage. But their earnings begins to decline when motherhood sets in. I hope you understand this part very well. And then, it made a comparison between those with a dark skin like ours and the other race. And it says the other race, their wives get a marriage wage premium of 4%, but that of the dark wives get 10% more than those who are not married. So it tells you that comparatively, the men gains more than the women. I mean, the men gain more than the unmarried men. Those who are married get more than the single guys. The same thing applies to the wives. They also gain more than that of the single ladies. Now let me come in here. So let's continue with your question.
Yeah.
Money affecting our relationship, our marriage. Let me tell you this. If you are going to marry, if you are going into marriage without any source of funds, don't ever dare go into marriage. I am telling you this. Don't ever dare go into marriage if you don't have a reliable source of funds. A reliable source of finance. If you don't have it, don't ever dare go into marriage. Most people will tell you, oh, my partner have a lot of money. My partner has already confessed or made a promise to me that
This is
he
JafriQ
or she
Radio.
is going to support me. I bet you marriage, I see money as a bloodline in marriage. Money is a lifeblood in marriage.
Wow.
I don't mean money is everything in marriage. No. Money is not everything in marriage. Now let's go from this way. Imagine a lady who's going to get married and doesn't have any reliable source of finance. It's going to depend solely on the husband, because the husband thinks that, oh no, let's get married first. I'll set you up. I'll try and get you something to do after marriage and so forth and so forth. The man can hold on up to a certain time. Nipa, yahufono. Wow. The man cannot continue to do the same thing every day for 1 year, 2 years. Now, the worst of it all is that of the man. When a man is going to marriage without a job, without any source of finance, is worse than that of the lady. I know of colleagues who got married. Oh, my wife, she has that financial muscle. She has the money. She says she's going to do that for me. She's going to do that for me. So she's going to set me up. She's going to do that. The woman, after just 3 months, became fed up. Men, we can, hold on to this for maybe a year or two. Just 3 months. And the whole story began to change. There is this.
Is that true?
Yes. Oh yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact. There is one thing about this. You see, when you contribute, you feel ownership. You feel part of it. Now, in our traditional homes, when I give out money to my wife, I expect my wife to take some instructions from me. What if you, the wife, give money to your husband? What do you expect?
Really?
It happens. It happens.
Did men take instructions from women?
No. That is why we will come to the aspect where we can divide some financial responsibilities. I mean, because totally, the man cannot be the only person taking care of everything. The wife in a way have to support somehow. That is why I will never support anybody going into marriage without a job and a reliable source of funds. Why? We'll come to the negative aspect because it's happening. It affects every aspect of our marriage. It affects every aspect of our personal life, that of the kids, that of the external family. And I bet you, if you don't have this, you are preparing yourself for a disaster.
Doc, let me ask one question before I come to mommy. For example, if maybe you met a man who is well established, he has his own company, and then he wants to, maybe you love each other and you want to get married, but the woman is not, let's say, unemployed, and the man wanted to employ the wife into his company. Is it bad? Like, if my man is well able to, employ me in his company, or maybe he can support me. Is it something that I shouldn't do because I am unemployed and I don't have any reliable source of income?
This is a very difficult question. I will not lie to you, it's a very difficult question. Because the lady have to get established, get a job, something to support herself. Because the reason why I said that is there are so many things wives do without telling their husbands. I'm talking of finance.
Yeah.
This is JafriQ Radio.
That one I always praise ladies. I always praise women. Yeah. There are a lot of things they will do behind you. They do it from their personal funds. It's not part of the budget you give them.
Yeah.
For that one, I always praise the ladies. They're doing extremely, very, very well.
Ladies.
They're doing a good job there.
Yeah.
So it is the reason why. It is the reason why they must have a job and a reliable source of income. So now, this man employing the would-be wife.
Okay.
I wouldn't buy that idea. Personally, I would not buy that idea. This is a personal opinion, because in the first place, the person is not part of you. You're not married to the person yet. That is one. If you have the intention of getting married to her, but you want to get her employed in your company first, it may be like a trap. And two, if you get if you're employing her with a hope that you'll get married to her, so that maybe she take an important position in your company, she can control your company to some extent, because you want your wife maybe probably in the near future to take over your company. I will say it's a bit reasonable, but I still want to reserve that. Personally, I wouldn't buy into that idea. I would not.
Mommy, do you have something to say about it?
Well, in my case, you see, marriage doesn't involve only the man and the woman. It involves the family. So maybe the man's family knows that their son is well-to-do, and he going to marry somebody who is jobless. They are going to think that the woman is going to spend their son's money. So maybe the man, trying to prevent that, want to establish the woman first, so that maybe introducing her to the family, like, it should have a name. Yes, she occupied this position or something like that. So maybe I think that might be the person's
This is
mindset
JafriQ Radio.
or something. In my case, it's all talk about trust. If you trust the person and you feel you do that and there's not going to be any trouble, I think it's fair enough.
If
In
you
my
trust the person.
opinion,
You see,
I think
yes,
that's not a problem.
yeah, the whole thing is, the lady might be a person you met not quite long. You've not dated for maybe a year. Let me put it that way, because I think this time, people hardly date for a year. Yeah, so you might not know the person very well. The trust. I think all of you are worried. During the dating, during the courtship time, most people hide a lot of things. A lot of things in order to receive favor from whoever they are dating or whoever they are in courtship with. So, it will be too quick to do that. But if the man can establish the woman somewhere outside of his personal business, of course, I will buy into that idea. I will surely buy into that idea, because I believe that whoever you want to be with, if the person is not on the level that you want, try every possible means to raise the person to be at that level that you want. So if the man would like to establish the lady outside his personal business, I will buy into that idea. But in his personal business, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
So the same thing can apply to the
Yes.
woman.
Yes.
The woman who is
Yes.
well able to
Yes.
do. He can also establish
That's right.
his partner to be. Yeah. Okay. So doctor is saying it is not good. So you have to get a reliable source of funds before getting married. Money and marriage. Money and marriage. One will say money is the root of all evil. But without money, the love of it. Okay. The love of it is the root of all evil. Evil. Men and women. Who is supposed to keep the family money?
That case, I think it depends on the two of you. It depends. So sometimes women can keep money better, sometimes the men. So the two of you should study each other. We all have different money personality. Some are spenders, some are savers. So the two of you sit down and think about who, if keeps the money, will be better. Okay. But if I go back to this thing called marriage, why is it that after marriage, the marriage certificate is given to the woman? Wow. Is it because they can keep things better? Oh, I don't know. That is another question. And another this thing, when we come to the Christian marriage, during the engagement the engagement service, we present Bibles. The Bibles are given to the women. Why? Why do you think so?
Oh, okay. This is a question.
Yes. So yes, it's a food for thought. So I think, my own opinion, women, we are multiplication. We are for increase, enlargement. So, yes, I said first, it depends.
It depends.
But the best, I think, the women will be the best people that could handle the family's fund very well. Maybe if we take it percentage, maybe men, the women will be maybe 75%.
Wow.
Better than the men, because we are keepers. Yes, that is my own opinion. I've seen some people shaking their heads. Yes, people who are listening, who are watching, you'll be shaking your head. But yeah, let's give a deep thought of it. Myself as an example, if you go back to our country, Ghana, they said there is an adage that they used to say, if you know that somebody is a thief, to prevent that person from stealing, give all your possession to that person. And I tried that and it worked for me.
Okay, you don't need a thief who's so
why? Because I had a cousin who was staying with me and he was very, very smart with the fingers. So what I did is, when I take that time, my husband has traveled, so I was alone with her and our son. So when I take my salary, it has been getting missing. And when I asked, he said, I don't know anything about it. You search for it and you see it if you are lucky. Yes, so what I did is, when I received my money after taking out my tithe, I give everything to her. That yes, take care of the money. So if I need something, I just tell her, give me the. She gives it to me. She writes it, and I never experienced any loss in my money again. So as I said, it depends on the two couple. You decide who keeps the money, that will be better. But there should be transparency. Yes, the transparency aspect. Somebody who could, maybe as time goes on, come on board, let us review our income, our spending, and those kind of things. In my home, I think if my husband keeps the money, it is better for me. Because if he gives it to me, it will be too much a burden for me. Yes, if it comes to my case. But really, I think women are better in keeping the family funds than men.
Doc, did you agree to that?
No. To some extent, yes. To some extent, no. Of course, she's speaking from the feminine point of view.
Okay.
So let me also speak from the masculine point of view. Now, before you even talk about who keeps the money, I will always prefer every couple start with budgeting. Budget. One of them we don't consider at all in our homes. If you are a married couple and you don't budget your money every month, start doing it now. Samoya aware for namun to me emfa eniema mubehia no bosome no sika mubehia no bosome no ento krata so a mumfi asese moye nene. Why do we have to do this? Before I come to who should be able, who be trusted to keep the money of the family. With the budget, we know that this month we are paying rent $500, utilities $1,000, this thing that much, food that much, water that much. So we know that at the end of the day we are spending in this month we're spending $2,000. The two of us, we know that our salaries, when we put them together, is around $4,000. Okay, 2,000 against 4,000. We have an extra 2,000 for other things. But even before we come to the budget, there has always been a confusion. Should we put our money together, or everybody takes care of his or her money, and then we have a central account.
This is JafriQ Radio.
Where after our budget, knowing that we are going to spend so much, okay, if we're going to spend about $2,000, the man, depending on the two of you, because maybe the woman might be earning more than the husband, or the husband might be earning more than that of the woman. So depending on the agreement between the two of you, because there is no formula for this. So I can decide, okay, I think the man, I'm taking more, I'm bringing in more money than you, so let me pay 80% of the whole budget, or let me pay 70% of the whole budget, and then you take care of the remaining 20%. So in that case, do we have to open a central account, contribute to that account, and then spend from that account? And then if there are other expenses that I think they are so personal to me, I take care of that from my remaining amount or my personal account. I mean, that is something that should be between the two of you. That should be between the two of you. Or we put all our monies together. I'm bringing home 1,500. You also bringing home 1,500. We put it together. It's 3,000. We make our budget. We all spending from this budget. Full stop. Because in this budget too, other family, external family members will also be catered for from this. It might also not be convenient for the two. That is why I'm saying it depends on the two. In fact, one of the things that has make marriage unmanageable is what we are talking about today. Money. It has make marriage unmanageable.
There's even three: money, sex, and children. These three.
Just look at that.
They are the causes of conflict in marriage.
So one of them is what we're talking about.
Money.
It can make it so that you see, marriage has become unattractive to some people. It's because of marriage, because of money. And marriage has also become attractive to some people because of money.
Money matters.
Yes. so it depends on the two. But let me tell you, every marriage couple must start with budgets. Do a budget every month.
Okay, Doc, hold on there. Viewers, this program is streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. For Facebook, just click the button to like our page. And for YouTube, also click the button, the subscribe button, and you will get us live on YouTube and also Facebook. Okay, Doc.
All right, thank you very much. So please, let's start with the budgeting.
This is JafriQ
Now,
Radio.
I am very sure nobody will budget more than they receive. Other than that, you will go into what you have saved, which is not sustainable. We are talking about the sustainable development goals, of which a lot of people have been talking about. That is one of my area of research. So we have to do things. We have to do things that is sustainable, that can sustain us. I am not going to budget more than my salary. We're not going to spend more than what we receive. Other than that, we are going to rob the future of our kids, because the savings will go into taking care of the kids somewhere, somehow. So if we take what belongs to them, we are robbing them their future. We are denying them the good life they are supposed to enjoy in the near future, the good education we're supposed to give them, the good health you're supposed to. You are denying them all of this. So don't go beyond what your salary gives you. Now, after all of these, with the budgets and so forth, do we have something to save? Yes, we do. How do we save it? Should the money go to the lady or to the man? These are answers to these questions are personal. It depends on the two. The couples will have to sit down. That is why I think very soon, we'll be tackling on communication, not now. It's one of the most important elements, one of the most important ingredients of any successful marriage. At the same time, it is also one of the most important ingredients of unsuccessful marriage. We'll be talking about that. Not now. I know my moderator is still doing the mathematics somewhere there, so that we know when we're going to talk about that. So now we have something little left. Should we give it to the man or the woman? I would say let the two talk about it. Sit down, agree. Why am I saying this? Some women spend a lot, and women are fond of doing impulse buying than men. Things that you don't plan for. Unplanned buying. Women are a fan of this.
Some women.
Thank you. Some women.
Some women.
Because
it's a problem.
To be when you go there, you will not get me.
It is a problem, but don't you think the antidote to that is having that joint, the budgeting, the planning, the transparency, and having a joint something together? Because if I know that this money is at the end
It's
of
for
the
the
month,
family,
my
not
money
me.
is not my money.
Good.
Your money is not your money.
Good.
The money is our money.
That's
Good.
right.
I cannot just stand up and do things on my own. Because if I do it, I'm going to give an account. How am I going to do that? But if my money is my money, your money is your money, I decide to do anything that I want to do. So I think this budgeting, planning, transparency, and having a joint account could be a solution to this kind of some women impulse buying problem. Don't you think so?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But to be frank with you, it's a decision that should be taken by the two.
Because generally women, we like beautiful things.
Of course, that is why you are beautiful. We cannot take that out.
And our eyes is different from yours.
And we have
eyes.
to make sure that we enhance your beauty. That is why we cannot stop buying.
But some men too, their destiny is not that area. Some you can attest. Some men can attest to the fact that the last time they bought something for their wife, maybe you ask and they cannot even remember. Maybe the time that they were getting married, the engagement cloth and those kind of things, that is all. They can't remember the day they said, my wife, let us go out, let me go and do some shopping for you. Everything the women does it themselves. So some men, we like beautiful things. We always want to look beautiful. So if you also factor that into your plans, that maybe once in 3 months, let's go out, let me change your wardrobe or do something like that. Do you think I'll just go out
This is
there?
JafriQ Radio.
Yeah,
Once in 3 months.
It goes on to what the doctor said. Yeah, budgeting is very important. So when you are doing the budgeting, you factor in, you include all these things,
Because,
and then
for example,
yeah.
myself, this import something you are talking about, I am one example.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yes, to be frank and sincere.
I'll tell Mr. Jerry too.
That's why I have somebody to be controlling me. He's not also that impulse one. So
That's great.
You buy the thing. Which one is this?
You see, madam, let me put it this way. You know, men, we are more of, we feel comfortable when we are in a controlling position. When we control things, we feel more comfortable.
Because that's how God has made you.
Yes, that we feel more comfortable. So I thank you, Dcns, for your submission. But the 1 in 3 months is something we have to talk about it.
Is it too much?
Is it too much?
Is it too much?
Let me reserve my comment for now.
Let's do it monthly.
Yeah,
On monthly basis.
Okay, now so because I mean we mostly command, we mostly control, we mostly do this bossy things, which and ladies usually manage the house. I would prefer that the money, I mean whatever is left, should be in the hands of the man, but with a very but, because men, we mostly don't want to account for what we spend. Yeah, we are fan of that.
It's true.
We are fan of that.
Okay, if you are,
We
It's
are
true.
most of us.
So then, if you don't want to account, why do you expect? Maybe if your partner doesn't do that, you get so angry. You don't try to understand. You don't want to account.
You see, this whole thing boils down to trust. It's not fair. I will never defend this anyway. That most men who use the money meant for the family or money in a joint account, they go into the money in a joint account, take whatever they want without accounting for it. I will never, defend these men, because this is not fair and this isn't right, because it can collapse the marriage.
So it boils down to the.
So if ladies do same, I mean, I will not support it. But I don't think it's also fair on the part of the ladies to also do the same thing. If you really know that what he is doing is not right, though you like to do something that will prompt him, like, hey, I know what you're doing, but I can also do likewise. But I don't think it's also fair. That is why I will always prefer that the two of you sit down. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Let's account for everything. I mean, not everything, because there are certain things you cannot even account for it. You surely forget about it. That one I do agree. You surely forget about it. You cannot account for it. But I mean, those big ones that we can, those that we can remember. Let's be truthful. You see, marriage is one of the pillars is truth. We are not truthful to our partner when it comes to money. I'm telling you, especially our ladies who are traders. Oh my goodness, they are super fabulously rich. Wow. But you know what? Wait till their husband comes in when they are checking their money. They are trying to.
They hide it somewhere.
We know it already.
Gone are the days.
We know it already. So let's try our possible best to make sure that we are truthful when it comes to money, because it can collapse the marriage.
Exactly, transparency.
Okay.
Transparency.
Yeah, viewers, we want to take some messages that are come in and the comments. Yeah, we have Mrs. Vida Enin is watching, and then Elder Ernest is also watching. And the Sonapia says, yeah, thank you, bless you. And then Elder Ernest, he's watching. We have Unbreakable Star Shine. Say, good job done. Unbreakable has a question here. See, keeping money should be in joint account. As a couple, money is the root of all evil. Mommy say the love of money is the root of all evil. So these days, trust no one. All are suspects, irrespective of the man and the woman. Women buys a lot, and yet mostly better in keeping money, even though the man is the head. Let's be specific here. These days, things have changed, and Satan is manipulative, so money should be in an account with a document that both owns the account. Thanks. Unbreakable. This is the comment. And the yes. Unbreakable. Thank you so much. In fact, we will look into this.
Unbreakable.
Yes. Yes. And then Ohima Mary says, I'm really enjoying the program. Very educative and well presented. Bravo to you all. And may God bless you all with more grace and knowledge to educate us always. Amen.
Amen.
And then Ebenezer Osei Apia said, if the woman has what it takes to be employed in a company, I think there's nothing wrong. Doc, someone says there's nothing wrong if the woman has what it takes to be employed in a company. Yeah, and say it will help the man to know how responsible the woman will be if he marries her. It will help the man to know the weakness of the woman in terms of how she combines both work and family. This will inform the man how to support the woman to build her, to support the business.
This is JafriQ Radio.
In the future. Honorable Kennedy Japan is a classical example. His wife is in charge of Net 2. Recently, Net 2 has become one of the most popular TV stations in Ghana. In conclusion, I think it's advisable to employ you, okay, maybe to employ your will-be wife. in your company if she qualifies? Doc. That is
Yes,
the
I've
comments
heard
of
it.
my brain. Yeah, it is good to do so. What do you think about the comment that came?
Yeah, I mean, we are very grateful to the viewers and then the listeners for that beautiful comment.
Yeah.
I perfectly agree. You know, I don't have any problem if the person employs, you know, if the man employs the lady, but not when the lady.
It's not yet.
Because it has a lot of complications. I mean, he says he want. I mean, it can be used as a tool to assess the weakness of the lady, to look at how the lady will be able to combine both family and work. But mind you, the person is not married to you, so you cannot assess it from that angle.
I think maybe you are talking in perspective, like maybe you don't know the person for long.
Yes,
but in
yes,
this case,
that's
maybe they have been in a relationship for a while. Let me use myself as an example. Before we enter into a relationship, my husband and I were friends. We've been friends, best of friends, for 3 years.
Okay.
3 years before something started happening,
Yeah.
things started clicking.
We agree.
Clicking, and finally we agreed to have a relationship. And even during the second year of the relationship, adding to the friendship time, 5 years, something happened just to test the trust aspect. Number one thing that happened was there was a time came my husband to be visited, and he decided, I just want to leave my phone with you. I will take yours away. Okay. So about a month, my phone was with him. His was with me. Then, and there was a time after that incident. There was a time I started having calls. The person claimed he was a junior high school classmate of mine. So he tried to mention the name, but in fact I couldn't remember. The person claimed he knows me, so we have been having conversation and like that kind of trying to maybe want me and those kind of things. That yes, not knowing after a month getting to 2. That I realized all those things. He was the one that was pretending to be that someone. But
just look at that.
Knowing how we've been friends, knowing him and like what I like about him, what brought us together. Anytime that so-called classmate called me, we finished the conversation. When I'm having a chat with my would-be husband, who is my husband now, I try to this, I told you about a friend, classmate, blah 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 blah. He called me, and this is what transpired, and those who don't mind him. Another time, not knowing he was the one who was doing it. Almost 2 months before he told me that all this thing, he was the one, just to see. So maybe at this point, and he has a company, and he tried to employ me. I don't think there is any, because he has known that this person is somebody that I could depend on.
That's right.
So in this case, I think there is no problem. But I think doctor's problem was maybe you don't know
that is
the
my
person
problem.
so much. So maybe going ahead,
you need a bit of a time.
If you don't know the person so much,
you need a bit of time.
And Unbreakable said something that
Unbreakable.
Yes, Unbreakable.
So we have to.
Yes. The devil is so cunning.
Yeah.
And we need to have a joint account. I don't.
This is
Yes, that's
Radio.
what she said.
He's saying.
Yeah.
So this joint account thing, who should initiate it? Should it be the man? Should it be the woman? Like most of the time, you realize most of the time, about 90 or 95%, the men receive more than the women due to so many things. As you said, when according to the research you read, when women we start having children, you see that our
your earnings, your earnings, the marriage premium goes down.
Yes. So in that case, the man is earning more than I do, and maybe I'm earning 30% of what he's earning. If I should approach you that we should have a joint account.
This is JafriQ Radio.
So who should initiate this? Should it be the man? Should it be the woman? How do we go about this joint account something?
Wow. Who should initiate? Very soon at 5:30, we will go on break. Like 5 minutes, we'll come back. Okay. My producer said
right.
2 minutes.
Let me,
we'll come back.
Just a very quick
So
one so that we go on break.
Okay.
Yeah, very quick one. I mean, this is a very legitimate question, and one of the most important questions in marriage when it comes to account opening. It should be the responsibility of the man. It doesn't matter who earns more than the other. The man, you are the head of the family.
Okay.
There are so many things that you will have to initiate. Certain things, of course, can be initiated by the lady or by the wife, but you are the head of the family. Most of the decisions you will have to initiate it. It doesn't mean that whatever you say should be final. That's not what I'm trying to say. Okay. But you will have to initiate. You have to bring it on board that we have to do this. We have to do that. Let me tell you, my wife was receiving more than I do. Yes, she was receiving. If I'm not mistaken, when I started work, she was receiving, I think, twice of what I was receiving.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And there is nothing wrong, or there wouldn't be anything wrong to tell my wife, let's open a joint account. Okay, let's open a joint account. Not at this time now when I'm receiving a little bit higher than you. But my recommendation would be this. Couples, open a joint account. Besides the joint account, have another separate account. My recommendation will be this.
Separate
joint account.
Individual separate
yes,
account.
Yes.
After you have,
yes.
Okay.
My joint account, it shouldn't be based on anything. You should have it at all costs. It will help you manage your project, take care of your kids, take care of the external family. I'm telling you, this can bring more transparency than the two of you managing your two separate accounts.
Okay, so as he said the man should be the initiator. I also agree when he was talking. Why? Because the first time the woman initiated something, it has caused her till now.
Wow.
The first woman in history to initiate something.
This is JafriQ Radio.
We are suffering it now till now. When Eve initiated the eating of the forbidden fruit, you see the problem that happened.
So is it abomination for a woman to?
It's not an abomination, but
Okay.
as the man is the head, and the analysis he even brought up shows that most men receive more. So maybe if I try to initiate this joint account, you see how men behave. They don't want to be commanded.
Oh yes,
They
that's
want
true.
to command.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
They want to command.
Yeah.
So in this case, why so many things? So as we have realized, it is always good when men initiate certain things, because when we are there to help. So it is easier for us to support what they have initiated than they supporting us, because they may feel that because that authority have been given unto them, when they support us, they feel they have been brought low or something.
You're right.
So usually when men initiate things, myself in my family, when my husband initiate things, the things move because the kind of enthusiasm and support that I will use to back what he has initiated. Mostly when it comes to my part, it doesn't happen that way. Maybe I want to initiate something, but the kind of support like I will need from the other side to make what I have I'm saying should hold, it does happen better than the opposite.
Don't you think maybe it's the way you explain things to him? Maybe he doesn't have much idea of what you want to initiate. So maybe if you give him more details.
But mostly, as I said, men always want to be in control.
That
Most
is true.
time.
We are going on commercial break. Men are always want to be in control.
Most of the time.
Well,
Most of the time. Not 100%.
We'll come
Most of
back
time.
very
Most of the
soon.
time.
So relax.
certain things,
Don't go
In cer-
away. We'll
in
be with
certain
you
things, no.
very soon.
Example.
Thank you.
This is JafriQ Radio. 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 This is JafriQ Radio.
Oh, welcome back, viewers. Yeah, thank you for waiting. Damasipasa muchen ya sign ababio the anaya bobos na warrior any sika ya kasa bebre na the American say nia adwentra aba ene dia abedwafo eka e kire say yes say ya warrior yinyina ye be kan bom ni enya joint account just say joint account ni kire say yinyina ye wo foto baako a oberma ne nsa hyase na oba no nso
This is JafriQ Radio.
na doctor so say chirim say inya joint account ne sa e wo se obi anso inya ono nso ankasa account aja ebia na opemeko bi ataya ade na afi na inya afi na kugina okunu se science nature na menko yi sika nkoto meko aha entu so nya bibi kakra de ewon chen na be ma no so bi ona ma na nsu kombi de no na nko pese on to nsu bi no nya afi no ofre ne yire se maame be srot check maame na men sign na so science and what to nsu anu wan hwe ye obedru fie ne nsu komaku no aha enti nia ye pa kire nyina ne se eye sa warefo ye nyina ye sie sika bom eboa yen ema ye mienu etimi ehunu ba bia ye duru na fe baby so a ya ka ye nima ye ntumi entwaye iti ye ni nyina eboa yen iti eye se ye be sika abo
This is JafriQ Radio.
Eye so se oba na oberima obeware a e wo se wunya nyina so ne kire se djuma bia e betumi aboa wo enye se oba tifie obema tifie ye be sorry na afi wuhwe okunanim na oyire so hwe okunu so hwe oyire nim na afi ye de electricity bill abeto ho mo ahwe ya aware no mani nkada de bia ntokwa beba bill huntie wo se mo mienu nyina obi abon ho moden sane be ya mbenya bibia kuram abitimi aboa na aboa mofra no nso edachi talk
Good. That's it, so, taking it from where we left, I'm trying to move to another area. You have your budget. We're spending so much. My wife, I know how much you receive. My wife also knows how much I receive. So if we decide or we agree that I'm giving in or I'm paying 20%, 50% or 100%, sorry, not 100%, 80% or 70%, whatever the percentage may be, should be agreed between the two. I'm paying this of the budget, and my wife's also paying so much of the budget. Agreed. What about the money left in my personal account, in the personal account of my wife? This is where investment is so necessary and is critical. Let me say this: any couple with kids at the age of 21 years, if you have any kids who will be leaving your house around 21, 22 years, and you cannot hand an amount of about 10,000 cedis or about $10,000 into the hands of your kid, think about it.
Doc, 10?
Yes. Yes.
$10,000.
Yes. Let me tell you one thing. Wealth is created.
Doc, I mean this.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Are you talking of? Okay,
I'm coming.
$10,000.
Yes, that's what I mean. $10,000 is even too small.
That's 100 million in
cedis. That is even too small.
Okay.
That is too small.
500 million.
If you are in Ghana, start thinking about handing over to your child who will be leaving your house at the age of 21, 22, 23 years after university, a minimum of 10,000 Ghana cedis.
What are they going to do with the money?
Good. I don't mean. Look.
Well, I think let me support what you said with a Bible verse. Okay? Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children."
Hallelujah.
But the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous.
But for example, let me maybe I have built a house.
Good.
That wealth, like let's say 1 million yen or
Good.
2 million yen.
Good.
And
This is
I have
JafriQ Radio.
no any money in my account for my children. The property of the building, is it not
that is another thing. That is another thing. But I'm talking about if your 21-year-old is living in a house, can you give the 21-year-old your house?
Even the house is outmoded. Yes, because houses that were built about 20 years ago, now when they give it to you, you don't even want it. So parents, we should stop trying to say we want to build. If you buy land, okay, but house, forget it. Cars, forget it. We should do savings for our children.
Let me come this way.
Because it will be outmoded.
Let me put it this way. All of us, we are tempted to leave the hand-to-mouth thing every day. Oh, it's always carried that way. Hand-to-mouth. Every blessed month. This is what we have been doing for the past years.
It's true.
On this same amount of money, though you don't budget for emergencies, of which most of us we don't do, which is not right. You have to budget for emergencies.
That's right.
Most of us we don't budget for emergencies. Should anything happen right now, wherever the money is, you will go and get it and attend to that emergency. So it simply means that whatever amount of money you are receiving today, you can still make some adjustments somewhere, somehow, and save a certain percentage of that money every month for the future of your kids. To me, it will be better you open account for these two kids. Don't put it in an account where you will have control over it. So if possible, agree with whoever the banker, your bankers may be, that this account money can only be withdrawn after my child has attained 21 years or 22 years or 23 years. That's when I can hand over the account to my child. Personally, or my wife, we are not going to have control over the account. How do we, those people who have made it in life in terms of money, they leave behind so much for their kids. But what happens in most of our homes is that instead of giving an inheritance in terms of money to your kids, most of them start from negative. And I will explain the negative later. They start from a negative platform, not even a positive one. Not even starting from zero. Most of them start from negative 1,000, negative 2,000, negative what have you. By the time they, they are able to deal with all the negatives and come to zero, that they would have spent like 20 years of their life, and they will be around 45, getting to 50 years. By the time they are able to move from 0 to 1, 2, 3, they are on retirement. They don't even have a place to sleep. They don't have anything. And because they don't have anything, they'll be thinking about this. And by the time they rise 61, 62, they are in their grave.
I think this problem is from where we are coming from in our mentality. What we are discussing now, it may sound difficult. It may sound weird to some of us, yes, But I think we can start from the mindset. We can start from the mindset that a good man leaves inheritance from his children for his children's children. We can start a good man. We can start from somewhere and leave that mentality that I'm looking after my children. When they grow up, they also come to look after me. So we have that mindset. Even we are not even able to give our children the best, but we are expecting more from them. Where do we get it from? So if we go through this and we also allow our children to go through that, we didn't do them any good.
Yes.
So I think we should start from somewhere. The mindset, I need to leave something down for my children.
Okay.
If we do that, I think we'll
Mommy, hold
make
on
our
there.
home
If you want to call to this program and give your opinion, you can call us on +81 70 4231 9331. If you are outside Japan, just add +81. And if you are in Japan, you can call 070 4231 9331. If you are outside Japan, just add +81. You can call us now and bring your opinion. Yeah.
And most men too in Japan, as we said from the beginning, they try to control everything when it comes to the financial aspect. Because some men even say that I brought you abroad, so all the money I spent, you have to work and pay me back. So you see that the women most of the time they don't know anything about family money, any property they are doing back home, anything. The men have everything in their mind. The women don't know anything about it. Theirs is just you take your money and give it to your husband, whatsoever he uses it for, you don't know. But I think to make our homes very sweet, these things have to be avoided. We have to be one. And the two of them were naked and they were not ashamed. And the two shall become one. So once we are married, everything, we have to be transparent. We have to make trust have the center part of the marriage and love, so that we can be open to each other when it comes to this crucial aspect of money. Money, the Unbreakable said, is the root of all evil.
It's the root of all
love
evil.
Of it. If we don't handle it well, it goes a long way to bring so many troubles into our marriage, and it will not make our homes to be sweet.
Wow. It will not make our home to be sweet when we don't manage it well. Doc, I think we have
some few minutes to go.
Yeah.
But I was talking about starting on a negative platform when we are not able to save for our kids. There are parents who wouldn't make the attempt of even getting a decent house for themselves. That's one. They may not be able, they would not do anything possible within their reach to make sure that they live a healthy life. I'll come there. So by the time they are in their 60s, 70s, their children some of them may be in their 30s, in their 40s, struggling with life. Here is the case: you are a child, you want to be a responsible person, so you wouldn't feel happy when people talk about your parent living in a shamble house. Okay, so you want to do everything possible to make sure that at least you get them a 2-bedroom house, either a hall, a chamber, or single rooms, about 2 of them. By so doing, you are not doing this for yourself, you're doing it for them. So don't forget that when you're doing it for them, it is not a plus for you, it is a negative, because it is your fund that is going away. I don't mean it's a bad thing. It's one of the best things to do, to take care of your age, of the aged, of your parents who couldn't do anything for themselves. But what I mean is the responsibilities that they were supposed to have taken years ago, decisions that they were supposed to have taken years ago. You are the one. I think there is a call in. There's a call in.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, this is JafriQ Radio. Hello. Hello. Oh, sorry, we lost the caller.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all these monies that you are supposed to use it for, either for the family, your immediate family, save it for the kids, you are rather diverting all these monies into that of the of maybe your parent or whatever it is.
Hello, caller. This is JafriQ Radio Home Sweet Home program. Your name and where you calling from?
Hello, my name is Pomaa Papa.
My Papa.
Wow.
You're welcome to Home Sweet Home program. Yeah.
Yes, I want to make some comments.
Great.
Concerning the topic.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yes, I have been listening, but it seems I disagree with some comments that are made by your panelists.
Okay.
In the sense that for marriage,
okay,
I believe that the responsibility lies on the man.
On the man.
Yes.
Okay.
You provide for your wife and your kids financially, spiritually, as ordained by the Lord.
Okay.
So for me, I think that having joint account doesn't come in.
Okay.
But then, because sometimes men become selfish. That is when they think of they belong to a family and the woman does not.
Okay.
And when that happens, the woman feels cheated. But if a man will accept the fact that yes, I've married a woman who also belongs to a family,
okay,
and that the responsibility, now I marry the woman, the responsibility of her family and my family all rest on me because I'm the man, I'm the head of the family.
Okay.
The woman supports you in everything, both spiritually and physically.
Okay.
And if a woman, the man and the woman all understand their various, roles they play to in the marriage, I think you don't have to think of creating joint account or whatever, because whatever it is, the man has to provide for the woman by taking care, thinking of the future of the family, how he wants the family to, where he wants to take the family to.
Okay.
So all these are important, and it has to be done between the both in agreement with the wife.
Okay.
You don't the fact that you are the man and you provide everything still it doesn't give you the guarantee to take all decisions.
Okay.
It has to be discussed and agreed upon. For me, that is what I can say about it. Because
thank you
that's how
so
God created marriage.
Oh, thank
we
you
don't
so
have
much.
these joint accounts or whatever. Yes.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello. Oh, there's another caller. All right. On my Papa, we're very grateful for the call. I mean, I do agree with you to some extent. You see, it is the responsibility of the man to do that. In a situation when the man says, "Well, I'm going to do everything," hallelujah. But a case where the lady wants to support, let's give them the chance to also support it. I do agree with you. If the man wants to do everything, but what if the man has lost his job somewhere along the line, and the woman is capable of taking care of the house, will you say that because it is the responsibility of the man to take care of the house, the woman should fold the hands?
Maybe this is the exceptional case.
Okay.
That
could be another thing. That could be another thing.
He also said something. You see, some men, they think they are the only people who have family.
Yeah. He is right. He gave a good point there. He gave a good point there.
Very good point there.
That is absent. That you think of me as you think about yourself, then I think yes, it is 100% right. But a situation whereby one person feels cheated, then I think that joint something could help in some ways to cater for those things. We have joint accounts and separate account for some of these things, I could take care of my niece, some niece, other family members, friends with those kind of money. You also take care of that. Yes, but if you as the head, you have that sense of love and consideration, that there is something like do unto others as you want others to do unto you, then there is no problem. And if there is the love and the transparency, yes, why not? Take care of everything. I don't have any trouble.
And he made mention that men are always cheating.
No, sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes
men are selfish.
Sometimes. I do. That is why, in fact, managing the external members of the family is one of the most critical issues if you want to have a successful marriage. Well, I think we'll have time to talk about that.
I think we talk about the marriage, taking care of the kids. How about couples who don't have kids? When it comes to that
mommy
aspect,
that's a very good point.
Families without
but
kids.
Because of our time, mommy, can we come to this next week?
I think
because we have a little time to and we have just 5 minutes to wrap up this program, and I just want to read some messages, and this will be the last messages that we are reading on this program. We have Unbreakable said again. Hello. A call is coming in. Hello.
Hello.
This is JafriQ Radio, and the program is Home Sweet Home. Your name and where you're calling from?
Omamba Park.
Wow.
Omamba Park again.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Omamba Park.
I really like the program, but just that I don't get time to listen. But I think that you're doing very well.
Thank you.
And I appreciate for that.
All right.
And I encourage you to continue in that good work.
All right.
Probably because of your time, as you said. I would just want to make just a few. I compliment what I said.
Okay.
I was coming from the point that marriage should be understood, because I think this program is actually meant to educate people who doesn't know what marriage is.
That's right.
And
to make their homes very sweet.
Exactly. So then, I think that we need to educate people, let them understand where they stand. When, as a man, you take the mantle of marrying a woman, what is expected of you, what you should do, what you should know, that this is the challenge I'm going to put up. What is the preparation? It may not happen that these days we always want a woman to have something doing. It is very good. Sometimes you may not even have, the woman may not be working. But you as a man, if you have this, you should have all this, in consideration. That this is the woman I love. I'm going to marry this woman. But then this is where she lacks. What can I do? Can it be done before the marriage or after marriage? What is the plan? So marriage is like, you need to have a plan. It's like somebody who wants to build and just say, I will have just mention the money, but doesn't know what is a cost of cement bag, a cost of iron rocks. See, the person just mentioned, I want to build. So in that case, you can never build. But when you make a budget, when you make a plan, then you can now execute your plans. And these plans should be in marriage. It should be done in consultation with the woman you are going to marry, so that both of you come together, understand what the direction you want to go. This, I think, will help successful marriage. So that's all that I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Oh my Papa, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We do appreciate your call. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye. Yeah, let me read this. Okay, we have Daniel Upon. Say, God bless you people. God bless you people.
Amen. God bless you all for listening.
God bless you all for listening to us and viewers. We want to end the program for today, and we will continue next week, same time next week, 4 p.m. Japan time, from 4 to 6 p.m. next week. Let me quickly acknowledge our sponsors again, and then we will close. Yeah. We have Bayside Modeling Agency as our sponsor, the Church of Pentecost Japan, Zion Company Limited, Afro Kids, Simon Noble Solicitors, Turmeric Hotel, Willie Knox Jeans, 1225 Jeans, and Fenan Enterprise. If you want to sponsor this program too, you can call JafriQ team and we will talk about it. Yeah, and also thank you to my panelists, Dr. Kweku Edu and Mrs. Naomi Asari Zoto. All right. Yeah. Once again, we want to say sorry. Today's program we delayed about 30 minutes, and we want to apologize for that. Yes. And we have our producers here. Our producer, the main producer, executive producer is Mr. Pop Enin, Pop, P-O-P. And then the producer is P-O-D. And we have our engineer, Clemsy. They all supported us to bring this program live to you. Thank you so much for watching us. Until we meet again next week, we will say sayonara. Our next program is African Today. So please don't go away. Stay tuned. It will come on at 6:30 p.m. Sayonara.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
His hands are not short that it cannot reach to you. His eyes are never blind, he cannot see your teeth. His ears are not deaf that he cannot hear you cry. Your tomorrow must be greater than today. Your tomorrow must be greater than today.
No matter what I face, no matter what I see,
no matter what comes
no
my
matter
way,
what comes my way,
hey,
no matter how I cry,
one thing I know,
that is definitely my
my tomorrow.
Greater than today.
Oh, no matter, no matter, yeah, no matter what comes tomorrow
must be greater than.
Say my tomorrow.
Tomorrow must be greater than today.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna sing in my tomorrow.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm gonna dance in my tomorrow.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm gonna testify in my tomorrow.
One thing I know. There's assurance in my heart. No matter what, my tomorrow must be greater than today. Say my tomorrow.
Tomorrow must be greater than today.
Sing hallelujah.
I'm gonna sing in my tomorrow.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna dance in my tomorrow.
This is my song. This is my story.
I'm gonna testify in my tomorrow.
One thing I know. One thing I know. My God, my tomorrow.
Must be greater than today.
My tomorrow.
Must be greater than today.
Mama, don't cry.
I'm gonna sing in your tomorrow.
Papa, my brother, sister, don't cry.